Come on, you bastards!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for more CG goodness. And Mac is telling me off, as Mac always does. So, let's see who the sides are. So, United Kingdom. Now, apparently, Max says this should be called Max Hell. This is based on Helm's Deep, obviously, but I like the name Helm's Derp. That seems to keep in line with the community and the general sense of fun that these guys have, as Malekith has already assassinated somebody, one of his own people, and so the English team are defending, as you can see, the Brits, and we have the Prussians attacking. So you can see combination of the 5th Brigade and the 77Y, they are attacking, and defending is the 4E and more of the 5th Brigade and the 37th and the 53 and so many others in there. So let's see what's going on. As you can see over here, the cannons have already started to make holes over by this wall near Fort Derp. So you can see, there we go, look at them. Holy crap, they're really starting to rubblise that pretty quickly. These guys are good. They are focus firing serious amounts of cannonball fire onto this wall, which means it'll probably end up rubbelised pretty quickly. Now, you've obviously got some people up here defending. So there you go, the 37th Foot. Now, Death Rocky and Colonel Barbs have got to be careful, because that could get rubbelised at any second. As you can see, it's smoking pretty badly, as you've got a line of Austrians now making their way up the ladder. So you can see these guys here. There's Rusty Turban, about to get a little bit of bayonet-related rust treatment. As you can see, he's in there doing his thing. Oh, he's managing to defend. Oh, lovely stab, Mr. Turban. Oh, and he avoids a bullet. Goes for the commanding officer, cuts him down. Oh, we're watching a rampage by the Rusty Turban, and he has now been cleaned and then got a boot in the head for his trouble as he landed on the floor. So, anyway, that's essentially what's going on. So, their job there, you can see the cannoneers, pretty much their job is to take down that wall and provide as much accessibility for Fort Derp, Helm's Derp, as possible. And you can see they're probably going to try and take out this door. You can see they've rubbelised the wall over there already. You're going to have these cannons up here who will be defending. These lovely line troops and 53E, don't they look wonderful? Under the control of Lieutenant Colonel Googly. And another commander over the far end. There's Colonel Magna from the 53E. Let's see, there's Lance Corporal Johns from the 37th. Okay. You've got a collection down here. There's, oh my goodness, Cadet El Cupacaba. I think that's how you spell that. And Flame Fist next to him. So this looks to be a collection of privates and marksmen and just general people hiding behind. Correction, one less. Poor old Cadet Rowan just caught a headshot, nicely aimed headshot from Major Antoine LaSalle. So looking good. So if we look at these oh, hello cannon. So you can see now a lot of smoke at that front door of Helm's Derp. You can see, oh, look at that. Cannons flying past the camera from these cannoneers from the 77Y. So let's say hello to them. There is, of course, Gunner Murray. There is, of course, the sniper himself, Temurai. There's Thomas. And there's Sakamuri as well. So they're in there doing their wonderful cannony goodness. And now they're creating a hole. But I don't think that hole is going to be enough for them to get through. So they're going to have to now back off. You can see just not enough to get through. But they can fire through it. But the trouble is they've now got to back off. Because if they don't back off, they're going to get a cannonball in the face. And yeah, and now they're coming under fire. So this is the problem they're going to have. And they're not going to get through there unless they back off. Because Temurai won't want loads of team kills. Which is understandable. So he's just waiting for the opportunity. To be honest, I think that was the opportunity as they've all been murdered. So you can see here now what's happening is there are loads of bricks at the top of the ladder, random bricks, matrix style bricks. So we'll fly through those bricks. Ah, I hear bagpipery. Bagpipery is occurring as Demon Dan takes down a huge amount of the 5th Brigade there, 1st Grenadiers, as more Russians are running through this rear corridor. So the 27th are now in there. Oh, there's Noel Durand coming in. Colour Sergeant Major Noel Durand going in, stabbing left, right and centre. Oh, he's taking a few bayonets here and there. Brave Scotsman fighting off the enemy, doing his best to fight off multiple Prussians. And he's doing a pretty good job, but unfortunately comes a cropper. So, as you can see. So what they've done... Oh dear, Malekith just got shot in the face. What you see here is the rubbleization of the wall. Now, what these guys are doing, obviously, is they're getting on the rubble. They're coming down this side and moving up to this rear area. Now, the advantage of this rear, yes, the back passage, half and half, is they can essentially charge into the inner wall, the inner sanctum, so to speak. And they can then move in and start addressing these guys. Now, the cannons are going to keep coming through here. You can see them being fired through here, and they're trying to breach that wall. And that door will then be closed behind them as they get stuck. as we are looking to see how things are going in Helm's Deep. Sorry, Mac's going to kill me for calling it that. We'll call it Mac's Hell or Helm's Deep or whatever. But I just like the name Helm's Deep. It's very apt for this community. So let's see. You've got loads of Prussians on the inner wall. Now what they're doing is they're making use of that cover to try and pick off as many members up on the top here as they can. Now bear in mind that there is a little bit of a bug going on where some of them can't spawn. They have to swap out into spectator and then swap back into the team. Now the thing is, what happens is that these defenders only have limited lives, whereas the attackers have unlimited lives. So it's a desperate... It's horde mode, really, at its most basic level. Now, I also noticed that the flame has gone from here. There used to be flame up here. So I guess a little bit of FPS adjustment by the designer of said map. That would be Landsmac from the 4E, naturally. Now, you can see there, that was quite interesting. This guy here is hiding. Riki's hiding behind... Oh! He's just stabbed Tweak. Oh, poor Tweak. His bagpipes did not protect him. Oh, poor Tweak. And he was hiding behind here. Now, the thing is, you hide behind one of these ladders, it's literally as good as hiding behind a wall, because the limitations of the engine means that nothing's going to get through there. That's just a texture. It looks see-through, but it isn't, in fact. So, Riki, unfortunately, came a cropper, as you can see. And he is currently lying down on the job. Bad man, bad man. And you've got Angry Piper from the 95th. And let's just see what's going on. As you can see, there we go. There's a breach. So that's the kind of breach that they were looking for. Now, oh, fire coming in from the Brits in the inner wall. Looking good. And so now what they've got is they've got two forms of entrance. You've got an entrance here. You've got the entrance on the back. And you've got an entrance at the side here as well. And in comes, of course, the Ginger Ninja himself. Now, what they're going to be doing is trying to fire into this area. Try and take down some of this. They'll then try and get up this little hill here and fire into the enemy. Obviously, there's guys in the building. All these guys up the top here. But this is where they're going to be really going for. They want to try and get in there. And the trouble is all it's going to take is one person having a problem and not shutting that door properly. And whoops-a-daisy, a little bit of a team kill there. And the door bugs out and it all goes horribly wrong. So you can see there, Thong Huff from the artillery. And the guys are defending. So you can see them all doing their defensive. There we go. And here's the door that has now been broken down by the 1st Grenadiers. So what they're going to try and do is they're going to try and come in from this side. So that door has now been broken down. So these guys are trying to defend themselves as best they can. Here comes more of the 77Y, as you can see. There are going to be some who will make their way there, some who will make their way here. There we go. And some who might even make their way over there. Now, Gelja obviously is Yeah, making sure there's nobody up there to lower the gate. It looks like some people are bugged out. Oh, Green Pills captures a bullet. Poor Green Pills. So you can see here them still pushing in. Still pushing in, as you can see. Now, they're doing their best to defend that area as they're pushing across the bridge. So there's Private Hobo having a little bit of a bayonet-y fun with a Brit on the bridge. Also in with a teammate. He's got to be careful he doesn't stab his teammate, who is Chaos Dead. He's going in. Oh, dear. That was unfortunate. So, let's see. Oh, dear. Poor old Damascus catches a bullet as he comes through this lovely breach made by the 77Y Cannoneers. So, let's see. We are looking at the defenders. Let's check the numbers. So, the Brits have 80 alive out of 95. So, this is looking pretty good so far. I have to say, they're doing a great job of their defence. Still a few people who are catching bullets from accurate fire from the Prussians. Some of these guys are firing from here because they can't be got at over the walls unless they stick their head over there like that guy did. And these guys have got to be careful. As you can see, some of the Scots there are trying to deal with them. And let's see. Who's that evil person? Ah, there's a Demon Dan from the 37th. Complete with his little cannon. My little cannon. Cookie Noodles from the 60th So, Cookie Noodles Z, actually. So, I want to make sure we get this right. As the 77Y and friends then start pushing up to this double door. This is where it's going to get nasty. These guys might have to rotate back and cover because there we go. They've broken through to the inner sanctum, the inner fort area of Helm's Derp. And you can see here it's not going well. So let's see what's going on. You've got the commanders moving in. So there's a Lieutenant Gaz coming in, trying to take out as many Scotsmen and line infantry as possible. There we go. Some nice blocks there. He's going in for the commander, possibly. Let's see. He might have gone for a little bit of bagpipe reaction, but unfortunately gets stabbed in the back. So, yeah, it's... there's Sod Raider. So he's having a little bit of a fight with a member of the... Oh, dear, and he just got well and truly sodded. So you can see now, looking from the point of view of the defences, I'm surprised the 77Y haven't got up here to neutralise this cannoneer, because he could potentially, if he gets his timing right, take out quite a significant number. Now, over here, there's Major Malekith, obviously, leading the troops in. He's forming everybody up behind the lines, getting them to kneel down. He's looking for an opportunity to run them into this doorway. At the same time as somebody else goes to the other doorway, but no! Malekith, as he's looting his troops, unfortunately catches a bullet. A side order of being at the front of your troops. It's just one of those things. These things happen. So... let's see what's going on as they're going to shut what is essentially half a door. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that's not exactly effective. Let's hold back the forces by shutting half a door in their face. No, not going to happen. So, the Prussians are making their way in. They've got to be careful because you've got Black Soul who's waiting for an entry there to fire, no doubt, loads of canister shots straight in through there. And he is waiting for that situation. He's not helping. So, there's Dry Alex who might be getting in the way of said cannoneer. And they're going to have to start... there we go. That was the problem. So, yeah. That was essentially the issue. As soon as they came through there, canister shot, these things happen. It's not so much that the cannoneer did it deliberately. It's more to do with that people don't look where the cannons are aiming and catch a load of canister shot. Now, here comes Jelja. There goes Jelja as they make a charge through the side door on the left. So the Prussians are pushing in, as you can see. 5 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. Now, let's see what they do as Beowulf catches a nice bullet there. And... there's Tokin moving in. Oh my goodness, what does he look like? So he's going to try and shoot... oh, he shot Colonel Barbs up on the top of the hit. Oh, he's going for a bit of bagpipe reaction. Will the bagpipe save that man? No, it will not. Oh dear, Tweak has been detweaked. Potato stole the kill from Token. Ah, poor cadets. So you can see Dobbs in there trying to defend as best as possible, not having a fun time of it. There he is. Of course, the man himself. The bearded, big-nosed gentleman who catches a bayonet in the face almost immediately. So, yeah. Yeah, well done. So, poor old Landsmac catching a bayonet almost immediately. And you can see now, this is where it's gonna get really nasty, because these guys have got to try and form a defence against that door there and that area over there, because that's where they're going to pour in from. Now, the trouble is, you're going to have guys who are going to be sneaking up this section here and pouring fire into that area. So, it's whether or not they can actually stop them getting here. It might be that they have to use their bodies to block them, or at least do something about it in that respect. You've got a couple of... There's 5th Brigade, 1st Grenadiers, who are hiding around the corner. And you can see, here we go, more of the 77Y now making their way up. See, look, you can see poor old Tail End Charlie there. Mr. Aztir, Colonel Aztir, of course. And you can see yet another. There's another line led by retired Fiji Flu. And obviously Mark Sumbra and another line of troops making their way up. Oh, nice jump, sir. So, there's Danny Ant from the 5th Brigade, 1st Invitational, sorry, 1st Grenadiers Invitational. Now, you can see here they have managed to neutralise that cannon, which is a good thing for them. And this is now, there we go, that's what I was expecting. They're inside that main area, and this is where it's going to be a problem for these Scots. They are trying to push them back as best they can. They're doing a good job. I have to say, these guys doing the melee today on the British side are really, really good. They're doing a great job. They're diving in, doing the quick stab, diving out, blocking as they go out. If they go in too far, then the 77Y with their long-reaching bayonets will take them out. Oh, look, there we go. They're now up to where the flag is. This has got to be very careful, because once they break this area, they've really got to push them back. Try not to team kill any of their friends and push as many people back as they can. JHS catches a bayonet there. And this is wonderful stuff here. This is 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. Bear in mind, in most of these siege situations, the attackers do have the advantage because you have... a drummer. You have the advantage because of your unlimited respawns. Aha! Bagpipery goodness. Cannoneer Rastosaurus Rex. Complete with bagpipes. So there's going to be serious bagpiping and drumming going on the remainder of this. 2 minutes left on the clock. 2 minutes, boys and girls. The 77Y, they're bringing in the colours. They mean business now. So there's the Cadet, the quick one, making his way in through the breach. And this is where they are going to do the full weight of the 77Y coming in ad nauseum. This is going to be nasty. Azdir goes charging in with his fists. He goes punches for one of the commanding officers. He's in with his fists and he gets stabbed. Oh dear. So poor old Aztir comes a cropper there. Oh, look, we got a band. Oh, look. There we go, from the 41st SBR. And Tweak. And Rastosaurus Rex. Oh, I'm loving the music. The musicians, God bless you, wonderful people. I love the musicians. And the musicians are getting in there with his patented bagpipe of death attack. So, so you can see now, there's a few members of the Prussians. Oh, wow, look at this. A few members of they're doing really well. I'm really impressed by this. These guys are doing so well of defending against what has been well known as the 77Y pain train. Here's more of it coming in. There we go. There's Jelja urging his troops forward. Into the breach, dear friends. Into the breach once more. And we are looking at... Oh, my goodness. There we go. Can they do it? Can they stop them? Oh, there's Hazar Vazar. Or Hazar Vassar, I should say. Very German-sounding name. Wonderful-looking beard for that gentleman. And a beautiful sword. Look at that sword. The covering around. Look at that. Doesn't he look great? So there we go. They're now trying to defend. 22 seconds left on the clock. The Union Jack is up high on the top of the flagpole. And they haven't got long. The question is, what are the Prussians going to do about it? Oh, goodness me. Here we go. Oh, this is going to be the last push of the Prussians with 4 seconds left on the clock. The Scots are really going to have to, the Great Britons are really going to have to defend hardcore. They did it! They did it! Wow. We are on to the next round, boys and girls. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have returned with the second round. So, this is the Prussians. All the teams have been swapped over. And, oh, there he is. There he is, of course, Landsmack. From the 4E, leading the 4E, getting his guys set up. So, let's see how things go with them. Complete with their... Oh, I do like the alternate hats, so to speak. So it's like small hat, big hat, small hat, big hat, small hat, big hat. But, you know, I'm impressed by such things. So, what can I say? So, let's follow Mac as he charges in. So, that's the site that awaits him. The fort, the cannons up the far side there on the right-hand side. So, you can see, oh, pausing for breath. And we are watching him lead the 4E out over to this bunker on the left-hand side. As the rubberized one unfortunately disconnects, which is rather sad. As we are seeing fire coming in from the 77 Light, taking down Corporal PJ Paddy already. And you can see them now pouring fire onto the fort. So you can see those cannons, the smoke by that fort there. And you can see them trying to focus fire. And there's quite a bit of 77 White on the wall at the moment. And we're watching... Oh, look at this fine section of 4E. Oh, God. Don't they do it wonderful? So we're watching them at the moment. Oh, did you see that? There's a cannon, literally. A cannonball flew past Mac's head. That was so close. And what was a line is now no longer a line, as a couple of people have dropped their weapons. And Mac goes in to try and pick them up and gives them a quick teabag for added benefit. So there we go. So you can now see all these guys all hiding with their heads in the grass like the proverbial ostriches. So you can see them basically we're following. Oh, Mac shot Gelger. Oh no. Oh God. Oh, poor Gelger. I can only imagine what he's saying now. That's quite amusing. So as you can see, what they're trying to do is they're trying to pour fire onto the enemy and take them off the walls as best as possible. And there we go. So the rubberization has finally occurred. And the 4E and the rest of the enemy, there we go. Aztir has just teleported Cat Oblivion out. And we're watching Landsmac and the 4E charge up onto the rubble. So you can see them doing a little bit of firing as they go in. There we go. Landsmac draws his sword and charges in, avoids a rampant Scotsman. And charges in to find more Scotsmen. And manages to not kill any of them yet. There we go, he's going in for a little bit of sabre thrusting. Oh, he gets taken out with a bayonet. Lands Mac, not looking good, not looking good. We're following Mac as he then gets murdered horribly. So there we go, that was the late lamented Mac from the 4E. And you can see now that this area has been rubberized, I think they've lost a cannon there as well. But there are additional cannons here. So you've got the likes of Gunner Murray, looking very nice and dapper, being guarded by 1st Grenadier Martin, and also there's Danny Ant in there as well, Kautzer and Caboose, and the Cadet, the quick one, and Cadet Requiem, and Flyman captures a few members there. Look at that, nice shot with the cannon, and poor old Major Spy gets taken out long distance. He's now doing his... and Dobbs then follows him. This is like some kind of Superman conga line. This is quite funny. So there we go. So I wonder if somebody else will get shot here. That would be kind of cool, I have to say. So let's see. Conga line? No, wasn't long enough. Never mind. So, okay. We see a few... there's Napa there from the 37th. And there is 41st SBR GIS. And we are... looking at, here we go, there's more of the 4E, and we are waiting to see, is there anything going on over the far side of the map? Now, you can see most of the cannon fire is focused on the left side. Now, let's have a look on the right side. There's not a lot going on the right side. There's G Advance dancing in his... Oh, look at this. Colonel Aztir. Not playing any bagpipe. That's serious lack of bagpiping. I'm not impressed. So, there's G Advance, obviously. And who's in there? There's Smoke Trail. There's J Wall. And Great Sword, of course. So, there we go. Shutting the door. Having trouble with a door. Because who doesn't these days? Now, who is this? There is Major Malekith, of course. And doesn't he look wonderful with his little bonny feather on his hat? Ah, doesn't he look wonderful? So, there we go. Stuck in the same wall. Sticky rubber. What is going on with Cat Oblivion Sticky Rubber tonight? They're just having loads of problems. So, you can see Private Chang just catching a bullet from one of the 41st SPR as they are making their way up this rubberized section of the wall. You've got a few members of the Brits over here, complete with Flying Man, who appears to be surrendering against this Rickamaroo. Oh, there we go. You got to watch this guy. This guy, one of I was about to say one of the best melee guys you will see in game. Absolutely phenomenal. But then saying that, he'll probably end up dying. The curse of the commentator. So this poor fellow here. Yep. Oh, he's going in. Another stab. Quick block. Oh, one of his teammates has just died. Gunnar Murray's just died. Rickamaroo is trying to defend himself up by the cannon. He's got to be careful. There we go. He's got one stab in. Trying to go in for a second stab. Another stab in. And a third stab. Blocks the cannon. Oh, Rickamaroo is going nuts on the wall. Taken down yet another. And another. Let's watch Rickamaroo as he is doing his thing with a bayonet. Another stab goes in. And he's down the stairs. He's got to watch out because there's somebody going to fire a shot at him. Can he get out of the way in time? He can. More bullets miss him. He is dodging left, right and centre. And he's on the wall doing his duty. Doing his thing. As one of the officers is loading right next to him. And finally Rickamaroo goes down. That, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is what you call a serious amount of melee. So, let's see what's going on over here, as we've got this fellow, which is Private Miller from the RT Guard, the 37th. He's in there with a sword and, oh, Night Raid, with a lovely kill onto multiple members of the 77Y, Cadet Doom, CN Doombringer also, and Cat Oblivion gets shot in the head. Poor old Charles Dubois, complaining that he's always getting shot in the face. But, you know, this is war. These things happen as we are watching to see them push now. The question is, can they get in there? Come on, they're all stuck in the door, you fools. Get out of the bloody way of the doors. Oh, God. Spanners. Spanners. So they finally managed to close the door behind them. So, let's see. Oh, look at that. Taunting bagpipes a la Aztir. That is what you call the taunting bagpipe, oh death. As Johns manages to kill Malekith, so Malekith, yeah, as tis trolling him with a bit of bagpipes. Dear oh dear. Look at that. So he's bagpiping in their face. They won't be able to shoot through there. They won't be able to shoot there. It's like a solid wall. So we'll just have to wait and see. There's a bit of bagpipe trolling going on. So there's Great Sword also in there as well. He's obviously got bored. Now, what I'm waiting for is for one of his own team members. Yeah, there we go. They're going to open that gate and then Nasty is going to get killed. You just know it's going to happen. So there's Sir Sucks-a-Lot. There was Sir Sucks-a-Lot. So let's see. Okie dokie. We are watching the Prussians making their way out of spawn. You can see there, Lance Corporal Johns, Demon Dan, who's been doing a good job with the old cannons. And we shall now move in to find out what's going on. As we are looking at a solo gentleman, Soldat Morgan from the 53E, waiting for his rest of his team. Apparently, Sakamoy is stuck inside Thomas. Now, obviously, that's not a good position to be. Aha! The bagpipe troll himself. Oh, look at that. He's being defended by his teammates. No, not the bagpipes. He's doing his best to defend himself, and the trolling bagpiper of death has been taken down. And his murderer was then quickly killed by a member of the light red section of the regiment. So, poor old Aztir. There you go. That's all that remains of Aztir, with his slightly dirty brown legs. Wonder was the last time he cleaned himself. Dirty, dirty Aztir. Oh, look at that. Oh, lovely stuff. Quite a few of the cadets there and people being taken out. So good fire with the cannon. So as you can see, there's a little bit of smoke around this area, a little bit of damage around the bricks. That's where they're going to be going for another breach. No breach on that door, which is a surprise. And this poor fellow is trying to get back in. There is, of course, the rubberized one. Oh, he's got a pipe today. Look at that. Doesn't he look wonderful? Now, he's trying to get back over the top of these rocks, but I don't think he's going to be able to make it. So the poor rubberized one will remain there, and no doubt will come a cropper at some point very soon. Charles Dubois has managed to murder one of his teammates, and Mac has killed someone. Congratulations. And let's see what's going on the inside of the fort, because it's... Let's see what we can get. I reckon it's down the back here. Yeah, as expected, this is where it's going to be. So you can see now, this is where the Supermen came in. As you can see by all the bullets and all the... Oh, Malekith catching another cannonball. Wow. I have to say, Night Raid is playing really well. Really well. Nice play there. And you can see now, as we move on to the main wall of Helmsderp, and we're trying to see what's going on as we're looking at PFC Dobbs from the 60th and the Eriskin Unt. And poor old Cadet Doombringer has just been murdered by his teammate as we are watching more fire coming in. There we go. Yet more Prussians coming round. Yes, they are assaulting the back passage with Cannoneer Rastosaurus Rex. So they're making their way up this nice little dwarvish stairwell, I suppose you could say. It does look very much, very similar to the stairwell. Oh dear. Oh no. Lieutenant Colonel Googly shot in the head by Pony. More 77Y are defending this area. They've got to be careful as Cadet Dr. Cox unfortunately snuffs it. As we're watching more members here of the 4E making their way in. There's Antoine Lassalle. Antoine, yeah, who knows, anyway. So he's moving in, there we go, and he gets stabbed in the head almost immediately. So let's move up high, see what's going on. As you can see, plenty of smoke, plenty of death, and plenty of stabbing. Oh, one of them managed to get into that area, but unfortunately you've got two people defending that step, which is good. I'm hearing bagpipes. So the trolling Ginger Ninja bagpiper must be around somewhere. So let's see. Aha, there he is. The bagpiping Ginger Ninja himself. I wonder how many of his people are going to actually be able to save him before they get close to him. Let's see. Is he going to run? Is he going to stand there and offensively bagpipe? And, yeah, no he isn't, because he gets stabbed almost immediately. Oh, Aztir, you dirty, dirty troll. So, let's see what's going on. As Sticky Rubber captures a cannonball there with his face. Lovely stuff. As we're watching more members of the 37th, I correct myself, sorry. Along with, obviously, flag holder Rastosaurus Rex. Making their way over the wall. 5 minutes and 35 seconds left on the clock. Oh no! Mac has murdered somebody with his saber. Not good. Now the thing is, I'm inclined to say with 5 minutes left on the clock, there's no breach here. They have not managed to get through here. And they've not managed to get through here. I think it's fair to say that the English will, or the British I should say, will defend this base. And Captain Temerai catches a cannonball. There we go. So Temurai obviously in there. Let's see. Who is this fellow? The commentator's curse strikes again. This time in favour. Oh dear. G Advance managing to murder his commanding officer. Yeah, not going too well there. There's retired Fiji Flu. There's Siri in there as well. There's Joseph making his way over. Oh my god, what does he look like? And there we go. So there's a little bit of damage here. So cannons obviously coming over from the far left-hand side. So there we go. See, look, you can see them starting to rubblize that area there. So you can see, complete with Templar looking down through the hole, which is rather brave of him. That's a rather interesting location. So he's going to be able to shoot people who are coming up that ladder. So rather interesting little murder hole there. And Night Raid taking out yet more people. Night Raid doing a fantastic job, I have to say. Let's go and see what's going on with Night Raid, because we want to see where he is. And if we look at Night Raid, 36-1. Oh, that's almost at Temurai levels of obsceneness. So there's Confederate Man. And there he is, Mr. Night Raid from the 53. And the name Sod is definitely very, very true. He is an absolute sod with that cannon. So you can see them there. And they are now firing into this area on the right. These doors, possibly. A little bit of damage on the doors. You can see them starting to splinter. And you've got cannons over on the left. And, oh dear. So you can see Major Malekith has just executed one of his privates. So you can see this is being rebelized quite well. Still a little bit more damage on the side, but the trouble is how they get up there. So you can see as you get in, there's Angry Piper from the 95th. The Regimental Sergeant Major is Sorry. The Regimental Sergeant Major is neither regimental or a Sergeant Major anymore. As I fell over my own words. So you've got Colonel Magna. 2 minutes and 35 seconds left on the clock. There's Doombringer and Avior, and they're taking pot shots at these guys as they make their way through up towards the Dwarven stairwell at the back here, and of course the back passage. So there's Guybrush in there, Sven Hutman being murdered by Flea Circus. And we are watching them as they make their way through this tunnel o' death. There he is, the bagpiper. Easily the most helpful person in this entire area. As he goes in. Oh, he dodges one bayonet. He's in offensive bagpiping and gets murdered. So Aztir is taken down yet again. So, oh dear. So we're watching more of the 4E here. Cannonballs flying over their head. And it looks like they've decided to rotate over to the right-hand side. But they can't get in through that door. It's not been rubberized far enough. So it looks like now instead the 4E decide to rotate over to the left-hand side. And Mac manages to catch a bullet from Greatsword. So, yeah. So there's Mac. Standard round there for Mac. Didn't even make it to the ladder. So, never mind. More fire coming in. Yeah, why does the bell ring? Look out, you know, for whom the bell tolls and all that. I can't remember the full quote. So, yeah, it's not looking good. There's Lieutenant Gaz there. Gotta wonder, are those ostrich feathers or goose feathers or something feathers? I don't know. So you can see Joseph in there. Lots of stabby goodness. Got to be careful not to stab his teammate, so he backs off slightly. Now they can go in for the stab. So Joseph in there. Oh dear. Little bit of lag. And he's now defending that wall and then falls off it. So you can see here the flag has been stolen. So Guybrush is the flag stealer of note. And let's see what's going on the other side. So it seems they decided to try and focus their attacks on here, and unfortunately they were unsuccessful. So there you go, boys and girls, that has been it for the siege. We hope you enjoyed. I don't know if there'll be a fun round. We'll have to wait and see.